George, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, Sean. I'm good. Thank you for having me on today. And how are you doing? You okay?
I'm all good, man. It's nice to see you on here. 73 days after you joined the program.
Is it
Uh
73 days?
Yeah, that's it. Just
Wow.
73 days. But yeah, listen, I appreciate you doing this. I know you've been absolutely stacked with the amount of clients that you've had come on board since joining the program, working the full-time job and everything else that goes with that. So just want to kind of manage your expectations in terms of this call. Very kind of, yeah, informal. Just want to ask you a handful of questions to talk about your experience inside of the program in the hope that it could potentially help somebody who is thinking about perhaps joining the program. Yeah, if it's okay with you, we'll just dive on in. Is that cool?
Let's do it, Sean. Let's do it.
Awesome. So, yeah, why don't you start by letting us know kind of who you are, what it is you do, and who you help?
Okay, so my name is George, and I'm an ADHD. Well, I'm a general life coach, but I specialize in the ADHD field specifically. And I help people simply with ADHD to overcome self-doubt and master their emotions, the emotional regulation, without any medication. So I'm a holistic person. So that's kind of my drive, really. The thing that I went through, which is I have ADHD. I'm clinically diagnosed,
Mhm.
and that was kind of my driving factor because I went through a dark place with medication before it and after. So I've kind of gone through the whole motions. So it kind of just hit me to that to be my calling to help people that are taking medication and that they don't need to, and are lost with their ADHD struggles and not knowing how to transform it into like a superpower, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah, that's who I am. That's what I do, and it's who I help with.
Nice, man. Nice. I appreciate it. So let's kind of cast your mind back to, yeah, 73 days ago before you actually joined the program. What would you say kind of your biggest challenge was? Maybe your biggest frustration in terms of what you were hoping to accomplish? Yeah, what were you battling with and what you were struggling with in the business?
So I don't know if I fit into the ideal criteria for you, Sean, if I'm going to be honest, because you normally have people that are already, I suppose, coaches a lot of the time.
Hmm.
But for me, I just had a dream to be a coach. So I came to you with a dream, not a business. And I think that's the biggest difference here. So for me, I my background is a 9 to 5. So, I'm in the electrical industry from a background 9 to 5 perspective. So I'm an electrician by trade. Then I transitioned to be off the tools, but still be in the industry. And it's quite a demanding job, to be honest. And it's a good job. The job I was doing is really, really, I can't knock it. And I'm still semi in it. But it just wasn't for me. Like I don't want. I knew that I never wanted to spend my whole life just struggling. I never wanted to spend my whole life doing a job that never fulfilled me. I'm only 31, and I figured I've got, say, 60 years, where potentially 60 years is double how long I've been alive for to enjoy my life. And I thought, well, if I can make a change today and actually do something that fulfills me somehow, I'd be stupid to not just give it a go. I've got 60 more years to live. Do you know what I mean? So I tried a lot of different things, and coaching was something that I always gravitated towards, like unofficially. I used to help a lot of people. So when I sort of you came across me actually, and I'm so grateful you did, because I would have never thought to come to you, not because I didn't want to or didn't trust you. So I didn't know you, and I didn't know. I literally didn't know. Like when you're ignorant to what's the help that you can get.
Hmm.
You don't realize the extent of how much just someone on Instagram can help you. You just don't realize. So yeah, I mean, you reached out to me, and after I think about maybe 2 weeks, or I don't know, it was around maybe 1 or 2 weeks. I don't remember exactly, but we jumped on a call, and I had a wife, I've had a kid that was under a year old, and a full-time job. And in my mind, I was thinking, how can I put it? Like I wanted to best show up for my family. That was my goal. So do I best show up for my family, living a life that I'm not happy with? How does that look for my son when he sees me every day? How does that look like for my wife? What kind of toll does that have on our finances? In our life. My freedom is one holiday a year enough. Like there were so many things in my mind. So I came to you with a dream, not with a business. And I told you, I said, I want to be a coach. I don't even, in fact, I never even knew what niche it was going to be. The
Hmm.
ADHD niche, I don't know if you remember, Shaw,
Yeah.
it was like 2 weeks after.
Hmm.
So I came to you with literally a dream and faith in you. And that was it. That's kind of how I came to you. And I think the rest is history at the minute. Sorry for talking so much, Sean.
No, no, don't apologize, man. Yeah, it's good to hear. And I like that kind of authentic side of you. You just kind of say it how it is. And I remember the call and you were like, Sean, like, this is what I want to do. I just don't know how to do it. And I was like, I got you. Like, don't worry, I got this. Yeah, and I remember yourself, the wife, and the little one on the call. But I'm curious to know, you mentioned then that you had this dream of becoming a coach. Like, why did you decide to work with me and invest in this program?
There's a couple reasons to be honest that I kind of went with you. The first thing I'd say is I loved how authentic you was. You came across. So when I like to put it in perspective, Sean, I probably had 10 people message me, right? Like trying to almost get my business to a degree. But with you, obviously I knew that you wasn't messaging me because we were best friends. We never knew each other at the time, but I could see there was an authentic side to you, and I
Mhm.
really like that. And then you did something that's when I said to my wife, I was like, this guy is genuinely authentic. You said to me before we jump on the call, I want you to watch a couple of these videos that were in similar positions to you and let me know what you think. So it's almost like don't just trust me, you don't know me, but just listen to my stories, listen to other people's lives. And it was I don't mind if can I say Jamie? Can I say his
Yeah,
name
of
on the
course, yeah. He's
yeah,
recorded the
yeah,
testimonial.
yeah. Jamie on the testimonial, he was the guy that he was the bullet for me. He was I literally saw in his heart, like in his face, his energy was like he hit basically like you was his only hope. You was his last chance to a degree. And when I saw that, I was like, do you know what? This is my only chance. This is my only hope. And I just saw Jamie was so real with it, and I was like, do you know what? You can't on a written testimonial. Sometimes maybe some people can fake it,
Hmm.
but you can't call someone up and say just pretend that I've helped you for 20 minutes. You can't fake that, Sean. You just can't fake it.
Yeah.
So that when I heard how much you changed Jamie's life and how much money he made, I was like, ching, ching, ching. Like I was like, do you know what? I would happily lose thousands of pounds knowing that I tried with you
Hmm.
versus saving the thousands of pounds and spending the next 60 years living a life I don't like. So for me, it was literally an no-brainer. It was how authentic you were when we were talking initially, and how before you even wanted to jump on the call, you was like, before we jump on the call, like I don't just want your business. Go and look at these videos and let me know what you think. And
Yeah.
and that wasn't it wasn't just money, money. It was for you. It wasn't the money. And even when you jumped on a call with me, like it was weird. It was like I didn't even think like you had a program to offer. I literally felt like you were just genuinely just a good friend trying to help me, and
Mhm.
that thing really really made me feel comfortable with you. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry for over talking, but yeah.
No, no, that's really helpful. I appreciate it. And yeah, I think a lot of the time as well, people are just trying to f force people on calls, and it's like, hey, listen, I can see what you're trying to do here. I can see also see what where you're going wrong. Like, here's a few people that we've helped. Like, go and have a little look. If it makes sense for us to jump on a call and see if we're a good fit, cool. And I think a lot of the time, like you said, that approach is quite authentic. It's like, hey, I know I can help you. Just go and watch the videos, and then we'll go from there. You can decide. So yeah, thanks for your honesty there. What were your once you kind of made the investment, you jumped into the program, what were your kind of initial thoughts or feelings during the first few weeks of being in the program?
I mean, my thoughts were from the first second I made the right decision. There was no moment where I regretted it, if that's what you mean. From literally the first second of like joining your program, there was not even a moment where I was like, did I make the right decision? I think the support, Sean, the support you've offered me again, like you've literally not just you but your team, just you got like it's like a package. It's hard to even. I need an hour just to explain how much support you offer. To be honest, there's too much to put into a testimonial, but you know you offer a lot of support from the business support to the mindset support to community support to like just everything like and yeah, I mean the support you've had, I wouldn't have been able to do it without your support, and I think you know that. Without your support, it wouldn't have been possible for me. But having your support every step of the way, genuinely, because there were moments where I did question, like, oh, this question that I had to go through, or there was because you got different phases in your
Hmm.
program, and there were moments where I was like, okay, so this is a bit confusing. Oh, Sean, no problem. I'll ask you. You give me an answer, very clear, straight to the point, and I understand it now.
Hmm.
And I don't know if I can say this, but when I came to you, I think that this is quite a funny story. So when I came to you in the initial call, I was so desperate to get out of the 9 to 5 life that I really was unhappy to do that I literally I built this like little course and I was trying to sell it for £60
Hmm.
and I never made any sales.
Yeah.
And you came to me, you was like, George, you started talking to me about selling something within me that I can offer for four figures. And I thought you was a lunatic, to be honest, at the point. But then I had to trust you
Mhm,
because I can see that you've helped other people. So I thought you've clearly done it.
mhm,
You're clearly doing it. So what makes me different to these other people? So I trust it. And yeah, I mean, I have to just say that I know that's a past question, but you did genuinely. I came to you with so much self-sabotage, so many limiting beliefs, Sean.
mhm.
Like I thought that the best I can offer was lifetime access to my support and a £60 product for 60 quid. And I was like crazy. I thought even when I thought that was expensive. And then
Mhm.
you came to me with such a different attitude. And yeah, I think within the first 2 weeks, most of my self-sabotage went, limiting beliefs pretty much disappeared, and the support was phenomenal. So yeah, so I can't thank you enough, Sean.
Awesome, man. No, thank you. And you have been very appreciative. You have consistently thanked me. So yeah, I hear that and I do appreciate it. So let's get to the results then. Why don't we kind of touch on pounds and pence, dollars and cents? Like being in the program for 73 days, what kind of breakthroughs have you had? What results have you had from the program in terms of clients, in terms of revenue? Give it all to me.
My absolute pleasure, Sean. So in terms of revenue, I'm currently on 21 and a half grand. I've actually got a call booked in after this and I've already secured another 2K. So it's an onboarding call where the
Okay.
payment will be made. So 10, I want to say 23 and a half, but let's just say 21 and a half because the payment hasn't gone through yet. But that's where I am. I've got about 15 clients on the program. I've
Nice.
actually got a community, which is amazing. And again, inspirational from yourself because your community gave me inspiration to have a community. And
Mm,
my community is phenomenal. I've got so many amazing, inspirational people that are just supporting each other, and I think it's so nice to see. And aside from the money, Sean, aside from the money for a second, I want to drive this home. You know, for me, I never jumped on board for the money. I jumped on board to help people genuinely. Like I felt like the dark place I was in and how I got out of it, I felt like I was obligated to help people in that position.
mhm,
And because of you, Sean, and your guidance, right now, as we speak, there's like 15 people whose lives I'm pretty much saving right now.
mhm.
And it's only the first like month and a half since I've actually launched.
Yeah.
And so imagine in like 5 years, how many more people, but not just them, not just those people. Like you've helped me in my life, Sean, but you also helped my wife, my kid.
Mhm,
My grandkids are going to get help because of how you've helped me today. So it's so much deeper than just helping me. It's like it's I'm nothing. I'm just like this big in the how much help you're offering. So yeah, I've got 15 people in my program at the minute. I've got 7 people booked in on calls over the next 7 days. So I've got 7 people potential customers. So that's a potential nearly 20 grand in itself.
mhm.
I've got 15 clients at the minute, and yeah, it's just it's unreal. I can't even. It's unexplainable, Sean. It's like I don't. When I talk about it, sometimes I question, am I lying? If that makes any sense. But I know I'm not. But it's like it's so fresh in my own head. I'm like, am I lying? Do you know what I mean? Is this real? Is this fake? I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm really glad that you just kind of illuminated that because, people watch these and they often watch them because they want to know how much money has someone made. And you just kind of really illuminated something much more important than that. Yeah, finances are great. Like life is a lot easier when you have access to financial resources. You can go on holidays, you can pay for things, the car breaks, great, all of those things. Amazing. But what you just kind of communicated there is absolutely the most important thing, is because the clients you're helping now, think about all of their families' lives that you're changing as well. And that for me is just mind blowing. So yeah, I'm really glad that you articulated that. So thanks for sharing. So just to clarify, you've been in the program for 73 days and you've made 21 grand.
well, potentially 23 in about 3 hours. But let's just say 21. But technically speaking, if you want to go technical, I joined your program at the end of January.
Hmm.
But I never even knew what business I wanted to have until the middle of February.
Hmm.
I built a whole business, a whole program around in around sort of 10 days or so. So it was really towards the end of February, roughly, that I actually launched.
I
So
remember
yeah, so end of February is kind of when I launched. So it's like
the
really,
20th.
yeah. It's let's just say maybe about 5 to 6 weeks I've
Yeah.
done it. So it's actually less time than 70 days. But if I had this business already set up before I met you, I'd probably be on 50K right now.
Hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. I remember you launched on the 20th of Feb and you signed your first client on the 22nd or the 23rd.
Yeah, 23rd, that's it. You got good memory.
Yeah. And I remember you telling me, wow, Sean, like it's happening. And yeah, I knew with your work ethic, it was never a case of if, it was always a case of when. So
Yeah.
yeah, well done, man. You should be proud.
I've unofficially, this is the thing, like what you did, you just helped me make it into a business. See, unofficially, I've been helping a lot of people in the years.
Hmm.
So I've basically been coaching for a long, long time.
Yeah.
But you just helped me to build a business around it. That's an actual business
Mhm.
versus just like unofficially just bits and pieces, does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. There's many people out there, great ideas, but they struggle with actually formulating that into
Yeah,
some form
that's
of
it.
coaching business. So yeah, makes perfect sense. So I'm curious to know, was there a moment inside of the program where everything kind of clicked for you?
Yeah, there was about 60 seconds after I joined. 60 seconds after there wasn't a moment, Sean. Honestly, like it was literally from the very beginning. It just clicked. Like it just made sense to me. If that makes sense. Like you made sense to me. I don't know if I can say this again. I don't know if but it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Like if you want to be a coach, if you want to be a coach, you can either just dream about being a coach. You can either spend years and years and years trying to figure it out, but you got to fight yourself sabotage as well and do it all on your own.
Mhm.
And in those years, you got to endure pain and suffering in your current life while you're trying to be a coach. Or you could just get someone who's been there, done that, written the book just to show you a shortcut. That's basically you.
Mhm.
I don't know if is that okay to say, but it's a shortcut.
Yeah.
You know, you literally said, hey, rather than you suffering and trying to make £60 courses go on off the shelf, let me just show you a way to save all that aggro in a shortcut period of time. You literally saved me years
Yeah.
for what? A bit of money that I've probably spent more on Uber Eats or
Mhm.
Deliveroo or Just Eat or a holiday for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%, man. And the best investment you can make is the one in yourself. And, we can always make more money. We can't make more time. And if I can spend my money to save me time, I'm doing that every single day of the week and twice on Sundays. Um,
100%.
but I do think as well that requires a certain mindset. And you obviously had that mindset. A lot of the time, people value the money over their time. And yeah, I just really struggle to understand why people do that because we can always make more money. We can't make more time.
True.
So, yeah, I'm curious to know. I mean, outside of the business success, all of these clients, 15 clients, 21 grand, seven more calls booked in, that's phenomenal. How is kind of being this person that helps these clients and generates this much kind of revenue, how has it kind of impacted your personal life?
It's a good question, Sean. It's a good question. Well, I mean, live it, but when you, okay, the best way to answer this is like this. It's hard to love other people if you don't love yourself. It's hard to give to other people your happiness if you're not happy within yourself. It's hard to wanna have energy for other people if you're so drained in your own life.
Hmm.
So when you find your passion and your passion potentially can become your reality, it's not just a dream,
Hmm.
it's actually a reality. You become happier in yourself. If you're happier within yourself, it's contagious. It shows in your relationships, it shows in your friendships. I mean, like my wife, she's loving it. She's seen a new side to me. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes she sees me and I'm just standing. I'm like, do you know what? I'm actually so proud of what I've done. I say to her, and like she's like, good, because I never used to say that, Sean. I
Yeah.
used to do so much and I never used to recognize it. And I used to help so many people. I've always changed lives. I've always helped people, but now it's more official. But I never used to recognize it,
Yeah.
you know. So me showing up like this is better for my wife, my son. My son, he sometimes he crawls to me across the room, and he's like, look at him. He's all like with his innocent face, and I've got more than enough time to see him with energy, with happiness, with love. You can't, unless you're faking it, if you're not happy within yourself, it's hard to give happiness if you unless you're pretending. And
Yeah.
he wants to pretend when you have a family. Do you know what I mean? So definitely show up better in my family. My
Yeah.
family, 100%. Like I feel like the love is stronger. I want to spend more time with them. I want to. It's all for them, really. It's. I do what I do. It's not for me. I mean, I could live in a cave for all I care. I don't really care how I live. I
Mhm.
just wrap a leaf around my private areas and I'm good to go. Like I'm a Tarzan, Sean. But it's for them. I want to like I grew up broke. I don't mind sharing that. I grew up absolutely broke,
Mhm.
literally broke as can be. Life was very tough, like very, very broken. Life was very broken. And all I want to do is not have that for my son. So I basically now got a pathway that I'm taking, I'm already on, that my son doesn't have to understand the sort of struggles I went through. Not that he needs to have it perfect, because I feel everyone needs to face some sort of hardship to value life, but he doesn't have to face it the way I faced it. So
Love that.
yeah, I hope that makes any sense to answer your question, Sean.
Absolutely, man. It sounds like it's made you a better husband, a better father. And
As yeah,
yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, that's what we do it for, right? You know yourself with myself, the reason I do what I do every day, every week, and every month is to give my future children the upbringing that I never had, and that's why we do it. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, and I'm really glad I asked that question. So obviously 21K, 7 calls in the calendar, changing lives, better husband, better father. What's next for you?
I'm just going to I'm just going to enjoy the journey, Sean. I don't think there is a what's next. See, that's one thing that I learned with you. It's about enjoying the journey, not the destination.
Hmm.
Like I wake up every day and again I come from like a Christian background, so I'm always grateful to God. And I just pray every day to keep me humbled,
Hmm.
to keep me grounded, to to just be I'm blessed. Like there's the what's next is exactly what I'm doing today, just again tomorrow. And if as long as I can help people and I can financially support me and my family, and like you said, if the car breaks then I can fix it and I can go on my holidays and you know, I don't think that there needs to be a next. I feel like that's just keep growing it. And I've just joined your mastermind program. So I'm very excited to be doing that. Can I say that on the I can say the mastermind program, right? I
Absolutely.
I don't know how much I can talk about because I've not been doing it, but so that's your sort of program up to the one I joined,
Mhm.
and you invited me to that because I reached a level that was quite high very fast.
Yeah.
Very excited to take things to the next level to learn more about how to scale, how to leverage, how to build. And once again, Sean, just having your support, I think, is more than enough. It's more than what I need.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's that. If anything, what's next is joining up your next program,
Hmm.
going up on the ladder, and working out how to take this business into a legacy kind of thing.
Awesome, man. Yeah, there's plenty of people out there that need your help, and I'm excited to kind of make sure that we can reach those people and help change even more lives. So, yeah, I'd like to finish up by just asking a question that I ask everybody. We speak to a lot of people. There's 56 coaches inside of the program right now, you know, but for every one person there, we've had two or three people that maybe have thought about kind of joining the program. And for whatever reason, they haven't, whether it's kind of not the right time that they say, or they don't bet on themselves, or they're a little apprehensive for whatever reason. So, what kind of advice would you have for those people that are on the fence, that are maybe thinking about joining the program, but they're not really sure if they should? What would you say to them?
I'm going to be very blunt here. I'm going to be very, very blunt, but he's my ADHD brain. I'm very transparent. Just don't eat fast food and don't go out to takeaways and to forget Pizza Huts and Domino's for the next 12 months and you'd be able to afford it. It's as simple as that because people spend more money on crap.
Hmm.
So just don't buy crap for 12 months and then spend the next 12 months investing in your mental health, investing in getting rid of self-sabotage, investing in a coaching business, and you will spend the rest of your life thanking yourself for that decision. You know, and Sean, I really feel that it's really a no-brainer. I said this earlier in this conversation. What kind of person in the right mind would want to be a coach and not seek advice from someone who's helped over 400 people? get to that position is mind-boggling. So
Mhm.
if you're serious about being a coach and you want to be a coach, and you're not just saying it, like you can't be a coach because you think that you're going to get rich. That's not the reason why people are coaches. We
Mhm.
are coaches because we want to help people. And if you genuinely have a passion to help people and you feel like it's your calling, it's your awakening, whatever you want to describe it to be in your personal life, you'd be an absolute lunatic to not do it. Like I can't explain why would someone not do it, Sean? I don't get it. Like why would you decide to have a dream that you can't fulfill, even though there's someone who's giving it to you in a hand to show you the way? Why would you say this is my passion, but I don't want to learn the way because of money that I spend more eating out every year? Like like again, I'm just being honest, but the truth is this: if you really want to do it, just ask yourself this question. What have you spent your money on in the past that has been a waste of money that you don't value or use today? Is it a 10-minute chicken and chips that you've destroyed and spent like £20 on? Is it a free 4 grand holiday that you went away for 14 days and you come back miserable with your day-to-day life? Now, this is something that can change your life, not just for 2 weeks, not just for one meal. It's literally life changing. And I'm living proof of that. So if there's any, and I'm happy to speak to you, Sean. How about this? How about this? If anyone has any doubts, send them my way. I'll talk to them.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Really do. George, just for anyone who is watching and maybe they have ADHD themselves and they're interested in kind of learning more about you, where can they find you?
Sure, just literally send me a message on Instagram. That's probably the best place. Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube.
Mhm.
My handle is George underscore life coach. That's it. So George underscore life coach. Or if you're following Sean, then I'm following Sean, so you can probably find me through Sean's page anyways. Um, but yeah, just send me a message and we'll have a chat. We'll have a chat. I just want to, if someone does have ADHD and they are struggling, Sean, ultimately I just want to see if I can help them. So I just want to find out more about them. I'll ask a few questions and we just take it from there.
Amazing. George, thank you very much for your time. It's
No
been
worries.
an absolute pleasure over the last kind of 73 days and delighted to be working with you in the mastermind too.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, here's to the next 400 lives that you're going to change. And
Thank you. Excited.
yeah,
Thank you so much. And Sean, thank you again for all your help. I couldn't have done this without you. Literally. I literally couldn't have done it without you. So thank you. That's all I want to say. Just thank you.
thank
And my
you.
wife my wife says thank you too, but she's feeding the baby.
Thank you, man.
No
Cheers.
worries.